This is Success 101. Make a decision that I'm going to do it, that's it, period. Failure ain't an option because successful people do what the other guys ain't willing to do. See, failures are always good at one thing, making excuses. Successful people do whatever it takes. So that's a spectacular recommendation of movies. And if you want to binge watch movies, man, go to my recommended movie list and you'll learn secrets of success. Just pay attention, be alert, be curious, keep your eyes open. It's all right there.
This is the Kevin Trudeau Show.
I am exposing the corruption in government and in major multinational corporations. We're telling you the things that they don't want you to know that will make your life better.
I am no longer guru. I'm changing hats. I am now movie critic. I am a world famous movie critic. That's not true. Nobody knows me as a movie critic. I am not famous all around the world as a movie critic. But maybe someday I will become a world famous movie critic because gosh darn it, my movie recommendations are awesome. And they contain the secrets of success. And here are my movie recommendations that I've given on this show. If you're brand new to the show, you scroll back on all the previous shows. If you haven't watched them, there's tens of thousands of dollars of free success training available on the past Kevin Trudeau shows, just in the last few months. And you have access to it for free. I get calls from some of the top motivational speakers, some of the top success experts and coaches, #1 New York Times bestselling authors from around the world. And they say, Kevin, you're giving everything away for free. You should be selling that. You can go on this online platform, that online platform. You can charge $5,000, $3,000, $1,000, $500. You can charge $15,000 for that, $25,000 for that. You're giving away more information than we do in our seminars on your show for free. Yeah, I am. I'm here to help you. I want your dreams to come true. I don't need this. I don't do it for myself. I don't make a penny doing the show, as you know. This is for you. I know this stuff. So my movie recommendations, let's show that up again on the screen here. My movie recommendations that I've given are entertaining and fun, and they contain principles of success. And this is the list. You can write it down very quickly. This list is also available, I think, at the Kevin Trudeau Fan Club. If it isn't, we should tell William to put it up on the Kevin Trudeau Fan Club. ktfanclub.com it is, ktfanclub.com. If you go there, you can see the list. I know I have all my book recommendations there, but we'll put up, if it's not up there right now, we will put it up. We'll tell William to get it up by the end of the day. So that's Kevin Trudeau, the official Kevin Trudeau Fan Club. Obviously, it's an appeal for some help, but we have the book recommendations and the movie recommendations up there. And these movie recommendations really are not only entertaining, but they do contain massive success principles. Trey was just telling me that he watched Apollo 13 the other night for the first time. And it was awesome. I mean, it was just, you liked it, right?
It was fantastic.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, it's a fantastic movie, but it shows you and will motivate you and inspire you to success. There was one particular scene where they're in the capsule screwed, and the guys on the ground are trying to figure out how they can fix an air filter so they can not run out of oxygen. They walk into the room with the engineers with a box, and they say, "This is what they have up there. So using nothing else but what's in this box, figure it out and write up a procedure so we can tell them what to do." They had to adapt, improvise, and overcome. With this limited amount of junk, they had to figure out a solution, and they did. This is Success 101. Make a decision that I'm going to do it, that's it, period. Failure ain't an option because successful people do what the other guys ain't willing to do. See, failures are always good at one thing, making excuses. Successful people do whatever it takes. So that's a spectacular recommendation of movies. And if you want to binge watch movies, man, go to my recommended movie list and you'll learn secrets of success. Just pay attention, be alert, be curious, keep your eyes open. It's all right there. But there's a movie I'm going to recommend today which has a hidden secret of success, which is a little bit difficult to find. Although it is one of the greatest movies ever made, you will enjoy it regardless if you find the secret to success. It is in black and white, called Sunset Boulevard. This is the movie. Sunset Boulevard. Now, who's the actress in this? Is it Greta Gable or
Gloria Swanson.
Gloria Swanson? From the era of silent films. An amazing masterpiece, absolute classic old Hollywood movie. You will love it and adore it. There is a secret of success embedded in it. By the way, it is effectively G-rated, which means the entire family, there's no nudity, there's no cursing, there's no violence, there's no sex, there's nothing. That you can have the entire family watch it. The kids will have no idea what the hell they're watching because it's actually dialogue. Things aren't blowing up. There's actually dialogue. You have to listen how people talk, watch how people walked, watch how people greeted one another. This is an era where interpersonal communication skills were known in the elite class. Today, we just don't know it. But this is a great movie. Highly recommend you watch it. And I would ask you, anybody and everybody watching this, if you've watched this movie or any of the movies on my recommended list, please leave a comment and say, I watched this movie, and tell everybody what you thought about it. So anybody and everybody who's watching this, if you've watched any of the movies on my recommended list, leave a comment in the comment section about the movies you watched, and if you liked it, kind of rate it so your fellow viewers can maybe be encouraged to watch the movie. So comment, like, you have to comment on this, like this, share this with others so we can get the numbers up. Highly recommend that movie. Okay, I'm changing hats. I am now Kevin Trudeau, book critic. Since I've been doing the show, on many of the shows, I have given book recommendations. Can we put up the book recommendations, please? These are also available at the ktfanclub.com website. These are the classic books of success. And I will tell you, if you didn't make $10 million last year, stop reading the books you're reading. Read these. And I'm serious. There's so many idiots out there who write books on stuff they don't have any knowledge of. They know about the subject, but they really don't know it. They're guessing. And they're teaching you effectively techniques that don't work in real life. Oh, this is what worked for me. No, you think that's what worked for you. And if it worked for you, it doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody. Trust me, okay? These are the classic books that I vetted personally. Out of thousands of books that I read. Okay, How to Win Friends and Influence People is one I'm going to talk about, right? That was the very first book I recommended on this show. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. The only book you need to lead you to success, updated for the next generation of leaders. This is a book that teaches stuff that you don't use. And if you use these techniques, people will like you, they'll love you, they'll do business with you. I just got off the phone with a guy that I met, and these techniques are not manipulative techniques. This is interpersonal relationship techniques. How to talk to somebody, how to get into alignment with them, how to get them to how to create affinity with another person so they like you, they want to do business with you. And there was a fellow that I met, and I had an idea, and I called him up, and I says, hey, how you doing? And he was so excited. Oh, I'm so glad you called. I really like you, he said, because I use these techniques. Guy's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. He says, what are you doing? I says, well, actually, I'm launching this new company called World's Best Nutritionals and Organics. Really? Tell me about that. I tell him about it. He goes, you doing a money raise? I go, I sure am. Send me the information, he said. Now, I have a pre-existing relationship with the fellow. I know the man. He's excited to do business with me. That's how it works. If you want to succeed in business, if you want to get friends, and if you want to establish better friendships, closer friendships, more intimate friendships, if you want a better relationship with your spouse, if you want to get people to like you, how to win friends and influence people. But not just read it, but actually do what's in there. The second book on this list, let's throw up the list again. The big list with everything. These are the recommended. You can see there's a lot of books. Karmic Management, The Secret, It Works, the famous little red book that makes your dreams come true, The Magic of Thinking Big, The Go-Getter, Think and Grow Rich, The Magic of Believing, See You at the Top, Psycho-Cybernetics, which basically the original version has to be the original version. When you retype this up next time, Trey, next to Psycho-Cybernetics, put the original 1960 version by Maxwell Maltz. How to Solve All Your Money Problems Forever. Animal Farm, which basically talks about how the governments work, and whether you're a liberal or conservative, once you get into power, you become an asshole. It's all about you. Greatest Salesman in the World by Og Mandino, spectacular. The very first yoga book I ever read in 1972, Richard Hittleman's Yoga 28-Day Exercise Program. I don't think that's the right title, by the way. You need to just check that title out. But it was written in the early 70s. It talks about nutrition, meditation, health, breathing, and the basic yoga asanas, which Yogananda's brother taught Bikram, the founder of Hot Yoga. That's Bishna Ghosh, who was Yogananda's brother in India, learned the real yoga asanas, not the Americanized sun salutation, ashtanga, let's get sweaty and work out. No, this is the real yoga. And it's a simple program because the first day it's like 8 minutes. And then the next day it becomes 10 minutes. Then the next day it's 11 minutes. So every day they add like a minute or two up until the end where you're doing 30 minutes, but you love it. And it's just done at this beautiful gradient. Highly recommend and enjoy. Richest Man in Babylon, The Secret to Success and Money. But the second book I want to recommend, and I'm not recommending new books today, but I'm just pointing out a couple, is The Go-Getter. This is a story that tells you how to be one because people don't grasp what it takes to become successful. At our last Gin event, we had Donnie French there speak, and he was saying how he went from leaving prison with nothing, zero, to in a couple of years making millions of dollars a year in income, and now having a company worth a couple $100 million that they're doing a big deal with. This happened in only a few years. If you look at any successful person, there's a show on TV called $1 Million Listings. And if you go back to the beginning, it told you the beginning story of the kid in Malibu. I've been in real estate 6 months. And then Josh Altman in Beverly Hills, him and his brother, I just got into real estate. And they're young kids in their 20s. They didn't come from trust fund families. They didn't come from super wealthy families. And you saw their journey, interestingly enough. And today, the Altmans, for example, they're driving, the family's got 2 Rolls Royces now. They live in a $16 million mansion. They got their own private plane, this, that, the other things. I mean, the wealth that they have, it's estimated, they're worth tens and tens and tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars today. And he's still probably in his 40s. He's still a young guy. And his wife is a little younger than him. But they both started off with nothing. Everyone's the same, whether it's Donnie, whether it's anybody. The stories are always the same. When they first start off, they work their ass off. They get a full-time job to pay the bills. But a living is made 9 to 5. A fortune's made after 5 and weekends. These guys not only work their full-time job to pay the bills, but then, guess what they did? Nights and weekends, they either started their own business, got a second job. They worked 14 hours a day, 7 days a week for years. They kept their overheads very low. You can see this, one of the guys puts his feet up and he's got a hole in his shoes. He's not going to spend money on a new pair of shoes because he's building his future. But you, people who are broke, have broke mentality. They spend their money on things that appreciate. Broke people spend their money on things that go down in value. Think about it. They spend their extra money on Morgan silver dollars, which is an appreciating asset, on a piece of art that will appreciate, on some real estate that will appreciate. They put money in stocks and bonds. They invest in companies. What do? You spend it. Oh, I'm going to buy some guns. I just won $10,000 in the lottery. What are you going to do with it? I'm going to go on a trip to Hawaii. Yeah, because you're a loser. Because you're broke, and you'll always be broke. If you had millionaire mentality, you just won a $10,000 lottery ticket, what are you going to do with it? I'm investing it. I ain't spending a penny of it. I'm going to turn that $10,000 into $1 million. But see, the mentality of the loser is they just blow it. Here's the point. There is a trait of successful people. They are go-getters. They do whatever it takes. They do whatever it takes. They go the extra mile. Enthusiastically. They love it. Read this book. It tells you this, it's a small little book. It tells you the story about a go-getter. And ask yourself, would I have been willing to do what that guy did? And if the answer is no, then have a hard look. Have a hard look within, because I know you do have what it takes. You do have inside you what it takes to be a winner. So read that book. Hi, I'm Kevin Trudeau. This is everything they don't want you to know about to improve the quality of your life. Broadcasting every Monday and Wednesday, 2 days a week now. Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock Chicago time. Make sure you tune in and subscribe to the channel and share these shows with everyone you know.